You're such an asshole.
So we have a glorious opportunity today, boys and girls, to learn a little bit about compound mathematics, wealth, economics. It's great. Further proving to all, I don't need proving. I have always been an empiricist. I look up the information and the data and the evidence, and then I form my opinion. Everybody else seems to do it the other way. I want socialism. I want socialist vaginas. Socialist vaginas. The new comic book by some untalented hack with a Cal Arts degree. Then you go and try and figure. You try to find the data, completely ignoring the rules of life. And then you wonder why you're poor. Anyway, I have long, well, I mean, not too long, but several years worth now said that men are the engines of economic growth and women are, I'm sorry, female youth and beauty, not women. Female youth and beauty is the fuel they run on. And a couple people sent this to me about Amouranth, who I do know because I do listen to It's a Gundam. Amouranth is a OnlyFans girl. I believe that's the platform she's on. Yeah, it is, because they got the data there. It's OnlyFans. And it's saying, oh my God, she made 57 million and only paying half attention. I said, she made 57 million in 1 year. I said, that's billionaire status. Like, she's going to become the first billionaire, the first webcam girl billionaire. And they said, no, that's like total. And but my curiosity was piqued because that's no joke money, obviously. And so I went and I looked at the actual data. She has 57 million. She has garnered 57 million in revenue for OnlyFans, of which she got to keep 45 million. And this has been over the past 4 years. Now, I don't know. She is 30. I did the math. She is 30. So she started when she was 26. Maybe she started before, but we are talking about 12 million a year in profits, proceeds to her. And so let me tell you now, let me introduce you to another concept of billionaire. There are very few people who make $1 billion cash. A great example is the small dicked economist called Robert Reich. He's a small man, but even if you adjust it for his size, his penis is really tiny, and his brain is even smaller than that. He in just a like, really, dude, you are the Department of Labor. You're the Secretary of the Department of Labor, and you're telling this lie that you know is wrong, or are you so stupid you actually think this? He said that we should tax the billionaires, like Amazon guy, Jeff Bezos. And people are like, he's got, what was his net worth? I think at one time it was like $186 billion. He's got all the money. He does not have all the money. Jeff Bezos does not have $186 billion in cash laying around like Scrooge McDuck. Bill Gates doesn't have $100 billion in cash laying around. Jeff Bezos has $186 billion worth of Amazon stock. Elon Musk has however many tens, billions, maybe hundreds of billions of dollars in Tesla and Twitter stock. They do not have the cash. And if you're like, we should tax them, well, good luck with that, because they'd have to liquidate and sell their shares in these, in their investments in their companies, which would, one, you got to find someone with 50 billion to go pay for a third of his shares. So good luck finding just someone who's got $50 billion that they want to and pay for that price. And as these people would sell their shares of stock and flood the market with, a third of their shares, the price would naturally go down. So it's kind of a misleading statistically. If someone says, oh yeah, they're worth, Warren Buffett might be able to get it because he's diversified across so many different stocks. But Bill Gates could not get 100 billion cash, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, but that's how we measure billionaires, is by their net worth. And the majority of people's net worth does not come from the income they generate, but rather the investments they either create through creating a company, or the money that they invest. A more appropriate example would be Oprah. Oprah started, I believe, well, she's been a working woman her entire life, but she became Oprah in the 80s. And she didn't make, well, now maybe she does, but in the beginning, she didn't make billions of dollars in profits. She made millions, tens of millions, but then Oprah reinvested it. She's a very, very entrepreneurial woman, no doubt about it. And over time, through her investments, she became, was she? No. There was another gal, Madam something. She was adjusted for inflation, the first billionaire black female, I recall, but she was in the 1920s, 1930s. But Oprah, I think, nominally, I could be wrong, but if not the first, one of the very few and one of the first black female billionaires. But it was through her investments. And so when I started seeing these numbers being put up, this woman has made $45 million, which is $12 million a year. I was like, holy crap. She's going to be, I'm calling it right now. I'm forecasting. Amouranth is going to be the first OnlyFans webcam girl billionaire. You will see it. Now, it may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. I did the numbers into calculations. Let's say she keeps making $12 million a year. She's 30. I think she could keep it up to 40. You got that MILF craze. All you Zillennial Zoomer types are hard up for women that don't look like utter garbage or mutilated. But she's a cute gal. I looked, she's very pretty. Huge kazooms, of course. But let's just say she keeps up. She could keep it up to 40 long as she stays in shape. So you're adding another 100 million. And then if you were to invest in a compound, which she isn't, although I don't know, you make that kind of money, you got to have an intelligent financial mind behind that enterprise. We could use a sound financial mind behind an enterprise such as this. And I don't want anyone getting lost. Switzerland's only 100 miles away. No one's going to get that unless you're cultured. The short version of this, she took it through into the S&P 500, invested it as like an Oprah or any other person would. She, by the time she's 50, would have $1 billion net worth. Adjusting for inflation, blah, blah, blah. We'd have to account for all that. Fine. Just kick it up to 60. If she were to invest her money wisely and isn't pissing it away on dumb shit like bottle service and I don't know, whatever rich people piss their money away on. If she were to throw the money into the correct thing, if she hired Chad Elkins at elkinscpa.com, host of the Elkins Accounting Hour, if she hired him and he invested for her wisely, she would probably be a billionaire. And I don't know anyone else who's putting up those numbers. I mean, she's got to be number one, right? It's got to be the top person. But there you go. This will be, I forecast, if she invests the money correctly, she will be the first billionaire of a webcam girl. And I just want to point that out, that, that's interesting economic forecast there. But the other lesson, ladies, look, now if you look at her, she's pretty and attractive. And this is another lesson for you. I know you girls don't like being valued for your beauty and youth. Please go watch my previous video. I just uploaded it. It's under the videos tab, not the live tab. But you have to understand that half the population, the number one thing they want is female youth and beauty. And they will pay a lot of money for it. And this other half of the population makes the majority of wealth. It's called men. So they have the majority of the purchasing power. You see this very clearly where, at least in the olden days, when men used to work and build up empires and estates, the richest women are those who are either widowed or divorced their husband. I'm not judging morally what was right or correct. I mean, but the whole point is the men go work up the wealth, and then either when we die or you divorce us, you get the wealth. Well, how'd you get that? Well, rich, wealthy men aren't going to marry fat, ugly chicks. They're not going to marry nagging harpies. They're not going to go with the girl with the purple tattoo or the purple hair and purple tattoos. Right. Anything purple on your body? No. The bull rig? No. I was looking at Amouranth. It seems she's relatively not marred. Yeah. Imagine that. Big tits, red hair. Who would have thought? And I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that every woman can pull this off. If you look at the income distribution of OnlyFans, it's very skewed. It's very asymptotic. And you girls, you're all socialists. You should vote to take away Amaranth's money and equally distribute it to the poorer women in the online fans. But you're not going. Most of you aren't. But if you just want to see an example of where how do I want to put it? Is there demand for engineers and accountants and surgeons? Yes, there is. You know what? There's a whole lot more demand for tits and ass. And you may not like it, but I'm just saying, if you do it right, you're not going to make no $50 million. I don't know, maybe you will. But there is always this opportunity, this economic reality of men's demand for female youth and beauty. I'm not saying, well, you should have shot. I'm just pointing out the data. Remember, I talked about that. There's the data. You see that data over there? Look at that data over there. How dare you? We're done now. We're so done. We've heard it for decades. We're done now. But there you go. World's first OnlyFans webcam girl billionaire. All right. Reed Schwartzer, link below. By the way, link below. A world without men. You girls don't need men. See? She just did this on her own, and she didn't have to marry any single guy. Did you see that? Look at that. Isn't it amazing? You don't need men. Go get my book, A World Without Men, How Women Don't Need Men, and an Economic Analysis. Is totally what you're thinking. Reed Schwartzer, $5. A little exercise. Remove all female interactions. How many good memories do you lose? I find I lose very few good memories. Personally, wonder about others. Well, there's always good and bad memories with everyone, don't you think? Like there's that. I would say this. The good memories with women are front loaded. And then they go back to everyone puts I think there's like a chart. We should do a chart where relationship satisfaction over time, and it peaks at the beginning, and it's just a gradual decline as women. And I would argue men just like, oh, all right, I'm going to put my best foot forward to try and get this person. Now I got him. Now I can fucking slack off. That's everyone. And so I would think the fond memories or the good memories would be similar to that. They would be front loaded. Like, oh, the first time you got laid by this girl and you didn't know she was faking bipolar disorder. First time you got, this girl took you home, you got laid. It was a good time. And then she just like sobered up. Like, I don't know if I first time you got laid. Have you noticed a trend? The first time you got laid by a girl and you found out she had a kid, or you just, people grow. It's the same thing with roommates. It's not even male-female dynamics. It's just the same person. You get sick of their shit. That's all. So I think if you were to think back, okay, if I removed all the female experiences, I'd lose some fun stuff. But yeah, there were definitely some of the wrong women I dated that would have definitely been a net positive if I could remove. Well, I've said it before. I did 30 by 30, and I trade in all but 5. So of the 25 gals I banged before, of the 30 gals I banged before 30, only 5 were worth the time and effort that I put into that. The remainder, I'm like, nope, I'd rather have it stricken from my notch belt, my bed notch record. I'd rather have it stricken from the record if I could go back and just avoid it, go back to young Kevin. Look, this one isn't worth it. Yeah, but I got laid. No, it's not worth it. Or maybe you got laid okay, now stop. Okay, it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. Just stop while you're ahead. Okay, now go play some video games or sleep or literally anything else. Go read a book. Go to the library, something. Go for a walk. All right, there you guys go. Cappy got, link below. I already said that. A World Without Men, an analysis of an all-female economy. Cappy got to go to the gym. We'll see you guys later, Toodles.